इंट्रोडक्शन सेशन का पैटर्न डिजाइन किया और वो पैटर्न ये डिजाइन किया है कि बच्चा अपने आप को करवाए। लेकिन मेरा इंट्रोडक्शन मेरा कम्युनिटी करेगा और कम्युनिटी का इंट्रोडक्शन करेगा। अब इससे क्या होगा, इससे ये दो बच्चों में एक दूसरे के बीच में इंटरेक्शन बनेगा। तो मैं दूसरे की बात में कहाँ से आया है, क्या किया है, क्या है, इंटरेस्ट क्या है, इसके फैमिली में फैमिली बैकग्राउंड क्या है ना? ये इस तरीके से मैं दूसरे बच्चों को इंट्रोड्यूस करवाऊंगा और कोई दूसरा जो बच्चा है वो मेरा इंट्रोडक्शन सेशन के साथ अपना ही बात तो कम से कम दो व्यक्ति शुरुआत से ही एक दूसरे को समझने के लिए तैयार होता है, संबंध को आइडेंटिफाई कर पाए। उसके साथ में ये भी इंट्रोडक्शन का पार्ट हो सकता है और होना चाहिए कि परिवार से वो कैसा रिलेटेड फील करते हैं, समाज में कैसा क्या कनेक्शन को देख पाते हैं, जिंदगी से लेकर उनकी एस्पिरेशन क्या है, ये पूरा वेलकम और इंट्रोडक्शन सेशन के साथ जो यूएच वर्क का फर्स्ट सेशन है, फर्स्ट सेशन शुरू होता है और सभी के तरफ से हमने वो असाइनमेंट को इसी तरह से प्लान किया है कि नेक्स्ट सेशन से हमारे डिस्कशन को बिल्डअप करने से पहले बच्चों का जो बातें हैं वो बातें की तरफ ध्यान दें। फर्स्ट सेशन का इंट्रोडक्शन की बात तो होम जो एक लिस्ट बनाने के लिए है और ये है कि एस्पिरेशन उनकी अभी तक और उनकी जो कंसर्न है ना उसकी लिस्ट बना एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण बात उसकी प्रिपरेशन चाहे वो लव पेपर की हो, चाहे नोटबुक बनाए नोटबुक पे सेशन की जितनी बहुत बातें असाइनमेंट वो सारी ये नोटबुक पे करना है। होम असाइनमेंट के साथ ये जो एस्पिरेशन अचीवमेंट सब कर सकते हैं, इससे जो बिंदु निकल के आएंगे बिंदु के हिसाब से हमारा जो नेक्स्ट सेशन है हम डिस्कशन करेंगे। इसके साथ जो यूट्यूब का यहाँ तक सेशन 1 की बात हुई है और सेशन 1 से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन है, सब क्वेश्चन लेकिन वो नहीं जा पाते क्योंकि पढ़ाई इम्पोर्टेंट प्रोजेक्ट आ रहे हैं असाइनमेंट और ये सारे बातों को करते हैं
requesting all to please mute yourself.
हम अपने में भी अगर देखें तो दिखता है कि हम भी कंटिन्यू पेपर्स देखते रहते हैं
Kushal sir, please ask respected HOD to communicate with the respective member who will present today in this session, because we are at 12. Already students have joined the session through Zoom. Kushal sir, please share your screen with the banner. Kushal sir, can you hear me? Kushal sir, please HOD sir, please ask Kushal sir to share the banner. Other members are requested. Kindly mute yourself.
আমি ডাইরেক্ট ক্লিক করতে এখন চলে এলো কোনো পাসওয়ার্ড দিচ্ছি
Aki, please mute yourself.
এটা ঠিক আছে তো না এটাতেই দেখাবে তো আমাকে কি করতে হবে
Aki sir, kindly mute yourself.
আমি ডাইরেক্ট ক্লিক করতেই চলে এলো টকিং পাসওয়ার্ড পাসপোর্ট চলে এলো এই করলো একটা জয়েন অডিও এসেছে শেয়ার
Kushal sir, please present the banner.
কারোটা কথাও শোনা যাচ্ছে না
You are a co-host now, so you can present the banner. Kushal sir.
মিউট কি করে করব মিউট এর অপশন কোথায় ওই পেয়েছি
So we are waiting for the presenting member for this session. Once the presenting member will join, we will start the session. Thank you. Sir Baniprotho sir, kindly mute yourself. Thank you. Okay. All members are requested to mute yourself. All members are requested to mute yourself. Please check that at your end. Professor Rajkumar Maiti sir, please check that whether you are muted or not. Professor Jayanta, please mute yourself. Otherwise, in YouTube platform, there are echo from your mic and other devices. Kushal sir, kindly show. Kushal sir, you are now co-host. Kindly show the conference banner.
Hello, Suresh sir. Already the banner has been shared. Hello. It has been shared.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, Suresh sir, am I audible?
Sumanta sir, you.
Hello,
Yes,
Suresh.
yes, I have joined.
Hello, Suresh sir. Okay, am I audible to everyone? Good afternoon, all.
Good afternoon.
Suresh sir, EC department, respected faculty members.
Hey, just a minute.
Okay,
Just
sir.
a minute. There are echoes from just a minute. There are echoes. There are echoes.
The conference banner is already given on the desktop. Conference banner is already showing.
সেটাও দেখে নিয়েছি।
A warm welcome to all. On behalf of the EC department, HIT, I welcome you, the respected faculty members, the technical staff, as well as my students for the 1-week student workshop on the virtual labs and tools. Now, in this entire week session, we will be having a talk by industry experts as well as from the academics on various virtual platforms like Matlab, eSpice, Multisim, and other important tools and labs. On the first day, we are having the intellectual talk by Mr. Rajesh De from Electro Invent Steel. And on the next day, we are having a talk by Mr. Surajit Mukherjee sir on Multisim. On the next day, we are having an enlightening talk on eSpice. তুমি এটা শোনো কি করি এটা নেব। Is it okay now?
Tilak sir, continue. Tilak sir.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay, so thank you. So in the first half, we are having the talk by Mr. Rajesh De
Tilak sir.
from Electro Invent Limited. On the next day, we are having a talk on Multisim by Mr. Surajit Mukherjee from HIT itself. On the third day, we are having a talk on eSpice by Mr. Bhaskar Roy from Asansol Engineering College. And on the next day, we are again having a talk on virtual tools and labs by Dr. Uday Baji sir, HOD of the AEIE department of HIT. I hope that all the students will gain in-hand expertise with this virtual lab and tool workshop. And at the same time, much emphasis has been given assessment also as a part of their academic curriculum. Now, without taking much of your time and all, I extend my hearty wishes to the department as well as the staff and faculty concerned and to my dear students to take participation in this workshop, that is SWVLT 2021, and make the event a grand successful one. Once again, I take this honor to greet you all and a warm thanks to all. Thank you. Now I welcome Mr. Rajesh Desar.
Actually, hello,
Hello, sir.
am I audible? Actually,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
with me, Dr. Sumanta Bhattacharya is there.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So me and Sumanta Bhattacharya actually delivering the talk on Matlab or
Okay,
actually
sir.
the virtual environment, what to do and how the Matlab and its online applications. This will
Okay,
be
sir.
done by both the actually both are
So we welcome with you Mr. Sumant Bhattacharya, sir, also. A grand welcome to him also, sir.
Okay, okay. Samantha,
Yes, yes.
you may share.
Okay. Sharing my screen. I think screen sharing is disabled by the host. Host, please allow us to share the screen.
Kindly check, sir. Kindly check. Once again.
Yes, yes, yes. Now is allowed. Thank you.
ওইটাই শোনাচ্ছে আমি বললাম এই তো শোনাচ্ছে সিন ক্লিয়ার করছে ওটাই শোনাচ্ছে ডিলেতে আসছে
Now my screen is visible. Is my screen is visible to you?
Not in the black screen actually.
Actually, black screen. Yes, black screen.
Black screen. Okay, once again I'm trying to share.
Yes. Yes.
Actually, the first part will be delivering by me, so it will be better that I am sharing the screen. And then again, you share.
Okay.
Okay, Rajesh sir, you can continue with share.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Clearly visible.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Actually, my topic is the Matlab and its analysis, but specifically now in this case, in the time of pandemics, we basically concentrate on the virtual lab with the Matlab and others subsidiary software, which is actually working with the Matlab. So, what are the objectives? Objective is that first go for the Matlab. Matlab is a mathematical analysis and simulation. What Matlab? What is Matlab? Matlab stands for Matrix Laboratory. We all know. Basically, Matlab নিয়ে আমরা কি করতে পারি? Matlab নিয়ে আমরা already এখানে কোন কোন which year of student is present there? May I know? Is it in first year, second year, third year? Am I audible? Am I audible? Sir?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah. So we are talking about the application of Matlab. In the point of industry, everybody know that Matlab in the engineering college, we do some experiment, applying Simulink, applying some mathematical operation using Matlab. But in practical purpose, we also use the Matlab. Basically, everybody student know about the second year, third year student have the fascination to working with the Arduino. They do some project on the Arduino, but they can never apply how Matlab is applied, any project oriented. That's why there is so many work, the use of Simulink and other applications, and in the research point of view, we may go for the Matlab and the in hardware software interpretation. Matlab is a very good software. But what happens if we don't have Matlab in my computer? Is there any subsidiary media or subsidiary any programming language which actually compatible with the Matlab? Yes, there is a compatible software, that is the Octave. If you want to be upload or we download anything or install in your computer, the Matlab, if you don't have in Matlab in your computer, till then you can analyze any mathematical program by using Octave. What is the basic form? I'm rather go for the any theoretical aspect, we go for the practical aspect. What is the Matlab? Matlab is the matrix laboratory. Matlab is applies user-friendly, easy to work with, powerful tools for complex mathematics. Here, if you have no access to Matlab, is actually licensed software. It is not a open source software like Python or Arduino and anything like this. So you need some license, but that is the option. You can use Octave, an open source free software, where you can easily run the Octave code. All you are student of EC department, I think. So here I am actually giving one example how to do. Just go to the internet and write that octaveonline.net, octaveonline.net, and this type of scheme is you seen. Now suppose octaveonline.net, just like this, and now suppose you need to run a code of, you know, this is a Matlab code of impulse function. This is the Matlab code. Go to the Octave, just put in look at the impulse function is there. We don't require any type of installation of Matlab is required. Directly you do any such experiment in the online without installing anything. Suppose you want to work with the Arduino, then you can using Matlab also. I have a book on interfacing Arduino with Matlab. There, it is a very short period. We are actually giving some brief idea on what to do. This book is written in the knowledge of regarding Matlab and Arduino. Here, the use of Simulink. We do some projects working and the hand-on practice and data acquisition system. This part is very essential part, that you can do application of robotics using Matlab. Such type of hand-on practice if students do, actually there is no basic idea of how to work. Engineering is like to do on hand-on practice. So before doing the addition, subtraction, matrix program, you should apply your knowledge to any instrument. So this type of work you may do. Everything is available in open source, but hunger is required. So for any software language, don't take it another way, just like addition, subtraction, or multiplication, division programming. If you know the application without knowing the application of differentiation, the mathematics is not easy yet, or is not attractable at all. Matlab and other software is like this. When you apply it in the practical area, then the actual application of software will be, you can see the application of software. Now again go to the another part, that you don't have Matlab and how to do the programming and another part online. This is a, suppose in the case of matrix, again this is a simple program of to write an Matlab program to perform some basics operation of matrix such as addition, subtraction, and multiplication. So you don't have Matlab, but till again you do it. Just write down the code like this. It is easier code. Matrix is like written like this format. I think everybody know about the basics of Matlab. Matlab is very simple code and so user friendly, like C. I am here only just giving one problem of matrix. Look at in the code we have taken a matrix A and matrix B. Then the sum of the matrix is done. All the programming code written in the Matlab but running in online. Here actually main problem is that student working in the Matlab but due to the license, yes, everybody have some pirated version in your computer, but legally it is not. Some suppose you are doing some problem on signal processing, some tool is required to be added, but this Octave Online is a very good software where you can do the research or any programming on this platform online directly. Again, go to the signal processing. Just like different function is there. I know that you all know about some function. This is a step function. The clear all n equal to 100 and time 1 to 100. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are taking x-axis. And once 1n, in Matlab there is a very one function is the help. If you don't know any any code and you may take the function of help function, you know this. Look at this is a unit step function and this is the discrete step function. Two type of coding is done in the written in the Matlab, and in the Octave you can easily it is done, just the syntax to be followed like Matlab. Now this is a very short period. I am giving some brief idea that how to do in this pandemic situation, how to generate different type of code, different type of programming using online. Another software is there, that is Scilab. Here the communication engineering and signal system programming, you do it online. No need of installation. And Dr. Bhattacharya with us, and Dr. Bhattacharya also have some work on his research area is the brain imaging. So in the brain imaging purpose, Dr. Bhattacharya working on the simulation and how the Matlab simulation working on the with the other environment with the microcontroller and what to do, give some brief idea. I'm just stopping. Dr. Bhattacharya.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You may start.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Dr. Rajesh. Thank you for giving my introduction, and thank you the organizer for organizing such an attractive event. That these type of events are very much necessary for nowadays, and that we are passing through a pandemic situation. Is my screen is visible?
Till is black screen.
Why it is black screen? I don't know. I have shared my screen.
Yeah, so Dr. Bhattacharya has started screen sharing. It is seen, but the PPT is not showing. Can I share?
1 minute. 1 minute, please. Once again, I'm trying to do that.
Yeah.
Still, it is not showing.
Black skin. I can share if you say that.
Yes, yes, yes. Sir, please share.
Okay, okay.
That is okay. Myself, Dr. Bhattacharya, as I'm very thankful to the SA department of Healthy Institute of Technology that for the help of this at present, this situation is we are passing through from the pandemic situation exactly. This pandemic situation, sir, this is not the actual presentation.
Yeah, actually, that's the problem.
Sir, next one, I think.
Yeah.
Next tab, please.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. And so, as the importance of the simulation software is given by Dr. Rajesh. Briefly, he has explained this why we need this at situation and how we can use this. So, 2-3 things are basically possible from our end.
Dr.
Firstly,
Bhattacharya, I'm
yes,
interrupting you.
yes,
Give
sir.
me some brief idea of your practical work you do with the Simulink and the microcontroller. Just a brief word that it will help our student.
That requires another sharing the screen, but I think I have today problem in sharing
Okay,
screen.
okay, okay.
No
We
issues. I'm giving
yeah,
idea about this. I'm giving idea to the students. That first thing is that we can go for the online. We can go for the offline. There are some platform there we can write our code from through online through offline. So Dr. Rajesh has given giving you idea about the how we can write our code and solve our regular problems related with the academics and research through online. That whenever we are staying at home or not staying at institute, basically this type of simulation software require a huge amount of license money, and we can't purchase this thing individually because this much of financial support we don't have. So some of the institute are started to do that to share their network to the outside, and outside sharing network is not safe for the for now. We have seen some of the attacks are there. So what is the basic substitute on that? So substitute is that we can use the online Octave that Dr. Rajesh has given, that Octave, how we can use the Octave. And one another thing is the Scilab. Sir, please come to the yes, that is a Scilab SCI laboratory. Basically, I am giving introduction on the SCI laboratory. That SCI laboratory is free. Free means is open source platform, open source software. 1980s, approximately 1980s, when digital control system problems are coming in mind of scientists, that they are facing to repetitive calculation problem. So huge amount of calculation repetitively, if they are changing the variable values, so they have to do that thing repetitive calculation much time. It will take the time and consume the time. So to save the time, they introduce, they form the group, and that group, sir, please don't pass this. Yes. Okay. Stay with me. And so from the 1980s, the group formed, and they have decided to form one software, that is the SCI laboratory. Now our AICT also promoting this SCI laboratory. Basically, this one is an open source software. Only 120 MB, 124 MB required to download this software. So downloading is not a big deal of SCI laboratory. Basically, whenever my screen is not sharing, so that I can't run the code. Basically, today I'm going to give you the idea, decided to give you idea to run the code on SCI laboratory based on SA. So I'm showing you through the presentation, not giving too much of the history of Scilab. I'm coming to the directly the Scilab. What is the Scilab? How can we get this Scilab software, and how we can write the basic codes on Scilab. So Rajesh sir, please move the slide.
Achha, I can do some experiment on the Scilab after your lecture.
Okay. Okay.
They can give idea of how to do practical.
Yes. Mukta. This Scilab is having website that is scilab.org. You can go through this scilab.org link. Now 6.1 version is available for download. So you can easily download the older version also. But if they are giving you the higher version, so we can go for the higher version of SCI laboratory. So next slide. What is the features basically they are providing? 2D, 3D graphics, dedicated editors. We can write the editor. We can get the substitute of the GNU Octave. We can have the software, get the software for Linux. We can get the software for Mac OS and Windows. All Windows applications, 64-bit, 32-bit, any applications we can get from the Scilab website. They are providing each and every software completely free of cost. So we don't need to have the online for the working time. You can use this software offline by downloading. So once you have to download the software, that is a Scilab. So next slide. So this software having some of the tools that we can use this software different purpose of our engineering and applications, engineering applications like the hybrid dynamic systems. That is, we are using basically in Simulink for Matlab. Their Scilab is providing substitute of the Simulink at Xcos, that is a hybrid dynamical system modeler, and 2D, 3D graph visualization, as well as optimization and mathematical simulations. We can get that from different tools of the Scilab. So we have to write our code in Scilab. Basically, what is the problem? I'm going to discuss why we are not eager to use the Scilab. The engineering atmosphere people not interested in Scilab, but basically this is free. Nobody is going to arrest you to use the Scilab. But if you are using the pirated version of Matlab, it may be a crime. So, sir, please go to the next slide. For signal processing statistical application, in every application, we can use this Scilab application. Rajesh sir, please move the slide. Rajesh sir, please.
তো বলবি সেটা তখন আমি মিটিং এ আছি
Rajesh sir.
Yeah.
Please move the slide.
Yes.
Thank you. So different typical, it's okay, no issues. Now it is visible. Please close this your right side, left side window. Yes. Okay, now it's good. Don't share, don't need to share. So is a desktop application tools. So we are using is offline mode. So is a desktop application basically you can use a graphical. We are getting the graphical user interface of Scilab editor as Matlab editor, and we can use all the commands related with the Matlab. We can use here Scilab. There may be syntax changes there, but the logic of the programming is same for both. Now, next slide. So Scilab program for this Scilab, the basic I have told you earlier that the present version of Scilab is available 6.1 and automatically we can load this software by clicking the icon that present in the desktop. So is a desktop application and the files stored in the document like the Matlab document folder of in Matlab. Next slide. So this is the view of the console of the Scilab. That console we are in Matlab we have seen the command window. Here it is called the console where we have to write the programs. And here also editor is also present. I'm coming to the editor next after 2-3 slides. I'm coming to the editor also. So console is compared with the command window of Matlab. Now next slide. So these are the basically help browser of Scilab. Scilab having help browser. So we can get the individual function details from this help browser. That is, if we are clicking the help, that is a question mark present in the Scilab, that the help from this we can the table of content, and this content giving us different functions and the different operations of in details of the code syntax of the function. Next slide. So this is the help feature, that is I have told you earlier, that is the clicking on the question mark that we are getting the help browser, that from this help browser we can access different the syntax of the different functions, that actual syntax for Scilab. So as this Matlab syntax and Scilab syntax, some of the cases are same, some of the cases are partially different, but the thing is that the operations are the same. I'm coming to the matrix operation, H and FD are nearly same. So if you want to use this Scilab, you can start your work with Scilab. It's not a big deal. Next slide. So this one is a Scilab demo window. From this demo window, there are different functionality that we are getting. The 3D, 2D plots is visible in the screen. Demos are there, and some of the display system that is application. If we see in that first window, there is a second command after the simulation. Graphics, one of the point after in the graphics we can plot the 2D, 3D plots using this graphics. And including there are the different plots are there with 2D 3D plot. So here plotting is you can access the different type of plotting functions in Matlab, Scilab. So I'm coming in the next slides that how we can plot. Also I'm going to show you the plot command of Scilab also. Next slide. So arithmetic operations are there as same as the Matlab. Here also same as the arithmetic functions are there. Addition, we have to use the plus sign. Subtraction, minus. Multiplication, minus. Division, right division, that is power sign, power, and power double multiplication, same as the power, and the transpose. So these commands are nearly used in Matlab, so is not a big difference with the Matlab with the normal arithmetic operation. Next slide. So if you see that some of the operation mathematical calculation that I've shown you here, that is if we add the 6 plus 5, just in Matlab 2 arrows are there, but in Scilab only one arrow is present. From this arrow we have to write our code. After this arrow, that is a 6 plus 5, and after giving the enter, we are getting the we'll get the answer, that is 11. So we can terminate the syntax by semicolon or without semicolon also. So this is the basic mathematical code for the Scilab. Now the next slide. So this is the complex mathematical equations we can write in Scilab. No any difference with this with our popular and known software that is we are using, that Matlab. So is not any difference in the numerical operation, normal numerical arithmetic operations. Next slide. So basic element of the Scilab is discussed here. I have shown here basic element. How can we assign the variable value? That is here I have shown you we are going to assign the value x. We have taken the value and creating one memory space in our RAM, that is x in memory space RAM, and we are loading the variable value 10 to this variable that we have loaded recently. And we can load the functions also we can write. There's the second line, I have written one function that is x equals to 3 into x minus 12. So here x is a new value we are assigning to the x. That is, the new value is different than the present value. So this way we can change, we can write our as requirement or criteria in our desired programming or algorithm. Next. So last slide I have shown you the assignment purpose. We can use the single equal to, and here the pi for MATLAB we have seen only pi we have to write, but here we have to write the percentile before this functionality. So for the case of pi, we need to write the percentile pi, so that the computer will consider, the Scilab will consider that we want pi function for our purpose. So complex variable imaginary unit, that I we can create by percentile I, percentile E, that is the nepro function, and we can use the other binary variable true false by percentile T, percentile F, Boolean variables, polynomial variables we can create also here by using percentile. So percentile here is either we are getting the systematic function, system function, we can use the system function, we have to write a percentile. Otherwise, if we use the Laplace type of mathematical operation, Laplace, Z, this type of mathematical operations, also we have to consider the variable value. We can create the variable value, system variable by this way. Next slide. So this is the basic code I have given here, that if we want to the clock time of the system clock, that we need to write the clock, only clock to the console, and this console is give the year, time, date, each and every details of the present scenario. So date also may be given here. Date, version of version, that is I am using now version of Scilab is a 6.1 version. So this version VER, type VER, so you can get the version of the Scilab that we are using. Next. Next, that whose command like this Matlab, that to know the workspace variable, whose command is normally in Matlab we are using to know the how many variables are loaded in the workspace of Matlab. So here also the who command is a list of variable currently Scilab workspace. Scilab is the same as Matlab. Why it is the same is the Clive Mole, the main scientist, the main brain mind of the Matlab, that main brain mind of the Matlab is the Clive Mole. Clive Mole also is a scientist who is involved in the Scilab project also. So the Scilab is and Matlab both are normally generated in a same time period, and Matlab is used for the purchased version, and Scilab is the open source version. So nothing is different with the Scilab. Scilab is having some of the system provided function. Few system provided function absent in Scilab, that is present in Matlab. So nothing is different. We can write our code if we decided to write our code by ourselves. So we can use this Scilab easily. Next slide. The CLC, that is we are using the CLC, clear screen, clear all. All these things are present in Scilab. Nothing different. Next slide. So this is the directory. We can check the directory that Matlab also. The directory is very vital part for Matlab. That whenever where we are copying our file and where from the file we are accessing basically. If we are not using our directory file, directory, so that we can have some confusion to save the variable or creating variable anything. So directory here also, directory is a very vital part. So which directory we are presently using? So PWD is that we can call the provides Scilab present directory or current directory of the Scilab. So here also copying file and make new directory, all such codes are as like as Matlab we can use here. Next. So this is the creating the array. I can show you, I'm going to show you that the one-dimensional array, two-dimensional array, that as same as the one-dimensional array here I have created. One-dimensional array in column vector, one-dimensional array in row vector. Basically here also everything is considered as matrix, 1 by 1 matrix. Everything is considered as 1 by 1 matrix. So every single variable. So here we can create the arrays of in vectors array in row vector or column vector. Next slide. So keep in mind, whenever we are creating the row vector, we need to space the variable. I think it is distorted. It is in different machines, so that it is distorted by pressing the variable. No issue. Sir, please skip this slide. It's not seen. Basically, colon are used as same as the Matlab. That is, the colons are used for to split the variable values, different split. So in Matlab, we are normally using 1:1:10. So here Matlab giving us 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 10, 11 variables are there. So 11 number of values are creating by Matlab. One individual space between each and every variable. So here also the same command, same type of command is running in Scilab also. Here also the same thing, a plus b, a minus b, we can operate the complex variable we can create. Here the first line, if you see that 2 plus 3 star percentile I. So this is the complex number we are creating, and complex addition basically here we can does a complex addition, complex multiplication. This type of arithmetic operation also can be done through Scilab. Next slide. This is a line spacing. Here is clear that that is a colon command. The same thing here also we can get that we can focus this thing. This is a line space. By line spacing, that is a initial value. First is a final value, and the line spacing between the 5 values here, line spacing and colon. Basic difference between two things is that colon is present in between the initial and final. And the line spacing, how many variable we need in between these two initial and final, that is gives the line spacing. And colon, basically all values in between gap are provided by the colon. So these are similar, not indifferent. So we can similarly we can use this thing. Next line I have used one as a equals to 100 to minus 10 to 0. So here starting variable value is 100 and ending variable is 0. Here decrementing function can be used here also. Next, as seen that time is I think 1 hour, sir. Rajesh sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm coming to the plot directly. Basically, sir, please come to the plot so that you can have some time to discuss about the embedded.
Give some practical of Scilab online.
Okay. So come to the next. Features. Yes. Now this is a console. Yes. This is the editor. Sorry, this one is the editor. So as like as Matlab editor, we can get that editor from here also, and we can save this editor in our directory, current directory, that ACC file that is created for Scilab. Next. Yes, this one is a code for creating the Scilab functions by the same as the Matlab function. Here also function equals to y. My function is the name of the function, and the function value is given y equals to 2 into x. And x is the variable parameter that we have to provide the parameter value, otherwise function giving error. That function has no any parameters. So if we want to run this function, we need to write the y equals to my function and the variable value, so that it will give the outcome. Next. This one is a polynomial function, so we can use we can write this polynomial function by poly, and the powers we can the coefficient value we are by providing coefficients, so we can create the polynomial, and row column both can be possible through this poly function. Next. Last. Stop. Plotting graphics. Yes. Now coming to the plotting of the sine cos function. We can write the sine cos function simultaneously in a single plot. That is, if first, as we need to create the independent variable. So here two things. Whenever we are creating 2D plot, we need one independent variable, one dependent variable. So independent variable, in case of independent variable, always in case of plot of Matlab, Scilab, in every plot, first variable should be the independent variable. Second variable is a dependent variable. So independent variable, for the case of independent variable, we need to write this thing as I have written in the first line, 0 to 2 pi. 0 to 2 pi, and the interval of this 0 to 2 pi is pi by 16. So in between this 0 to 2 pi, pi by 16 is interval. We are creating our dependent variable on based of this independent variable. That is a cos and sine. So in this cos and sine, we can write this plot 2D. We are basically plotting plot function. That is that 2D plot. This 2D plot gives giving, and the grid also Matlab, we can write the grid on. Here is X grid, and level X level, Y level, the same as the Matlab levels. And the next slide, please. Next slide, the plot function, that is a plot of these two sine and cos variable that's shown here, the plot function. So by this way, we can plot our different type of functions that we desire can write. And next slide, please. Yes. Now we can create the more sine cos functions in a single plot. That is plot command using sine cos and plus sign. Also we can accumulate in sign, and this plot also given in here. Next slide, sir. This one is a 3 plot can be simultaneously plot through a single plot. So by this way we can plot this thing, and the next sir is a conclusion. Yes. So that Scilab is a basically non-commercial one. So commercial and non-commercial, basic difference is the commercial is giving us a looks commercial thing gives the looks, but non-commercial not gives the looks, but taste of this both is same. So if we can drink the coffee in a silver cup, we can drink a coffee in a steel cup, but the taste of the coffee is same for both. So I can suggest you can use this thing. You can use this open source platform for a long time. So Scilab is an educational institute should procure this thing. Don't need to procure. We can use the open source license. Basically, we can use anywhere of Scilab. So this one, this is a suggestive measure from my end, and Rajesh sir, I hand it over to you.
Yeah. So like Octave, you can just write in the Google that Scilab online. Just like Octave online, same like in the Google you can write just like this. This is the Scilab cloud. Now category. Suppose we are the engineering student of electronics engineering. Select category. Now go for the one system of analog electronics control system. Go for the control system. Now suppose there is some books of control system. This problem is there. State variable analysis, frequency response. Just do select example Bode plot. You do it, and according to you can execute. This type of everything is possible. Just play and learn. Engineering, you should your own experience. এখানে শেখানোর থেকে বেশি হচ্ছে তুমি যত শিখবে, নিজে যত হ্যান্ড অন প্র্যাকটিস করবে, সেখান থেকেই তুমি শিখতে পারবে যে how to do this type of software. You can do any experiment, anything. This is the control system. Now go for the digital communication. Suppose go for the one book of analog digital communication by Sanjay Sharma. One problem is their amplitude modulation. Select example, sideband frequency modulation index. Okay, the one problem is there, calculating modulation index. This type of problem also we can do it by this software. Various problem is there in analog electronics, electronic device, electronic communication, anything you can apply this. Just do it with this. You can download the code, everything is available. So just write the same like you can write in the, don't know, just in the Google you can write Octave Online. If you habituated in Matlab, do it. Write your code in Matlab and go to the octaveonline.net and just same like the same syntax like Matlab, you just do it. Everything is available in this, and you can, without using any purchase software, you can practice on Matlab. Or if you have a better experience and better type of in communication related problem, is Scilab is very good. Each and every subject is supporting by the Scilab, and coding also you can learn. When you practice, you learn yourself by this type of problem oriented course. Different book, you have books, and the chapter you have problem, and each problem is solved by the software, and that is added in the Scilab laboratory. It's a huge data on the cloud. It's a very good software, and you do it your own. And so thank you. Is there any questions? Give some brief idea. A short time is there, but what to do by this? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rajesh De and Dr. Sumanto Bhattacharya, for your presentation regarding the simulation with Scilab.
Scilab, okay, Matlab. These are the
also with Matlab.
Yeah.
Yes.
Matlab.
So basically, Matlab is not useful as we have to purchase.
But
so we can use in Scilab and also in our
even in mobile
department.
Even in mobile phone, you can do your practical job. Suppose you don't have PC in your room, or you can do you have smartphone, you do this type of lab on your mobile phone.
Yes. And also in our lab also we use Scilab. In our DSP and signal system lab, we use Scilab, and a few students are also familiar with that. And thank you for your presentations. So for understanding Scilab, the help manual is sufficient. I don't have any idea about Scilab, so actually I am asking as a student of Scilab. So the help manual given by the Scilab, will it be sufficient or any other sources required?
Dr. Bhattacharya, please answer.
Yes. Help manual is sufficient. You can use this manual. For the starting and beginning, it is not, we don't need any good quality support is provided in help manual. And after that, if we require for the research purpose, if you then you need to consider with some of the books are there regarding Scilab. We can suggest these books individually. Yes, we can suggest the different
Thank
books
you
in
very
Scilab
much.
also.
Thank you very much. So yes, so with proper practicing, we can we can have better understanding on Scilab. So I request students to practice Scilab by downloading on your PC and also on your mobile phone.
Yeah, Matlab is also, if you have habituated with the Matlab, then you can go for the Octave, just Octave online, write down in the mobile phone and go on.
Yes. So another question is that actually the students are in YouTube, so they are asking on the YouTube.
Yeah.
So is Scilab code and Matlab code interchangeable? That is one question from.
I think I don't know it is Sumant sir. I am habituated with the Octave and
Yes. We can convert this.
Yeah.
We can convert. Is both way. Not only for the Matlab. Mainly, we can the Scilab also means compatible with LabVIEW. LabVIEW also. So for the LabVIEW is a National Instrument software, National Instrument platform, and we can convert this means Scilab. We can communicate with the LabVIEW. Basically, Scilab is a competitive brand of Matlab. Matlab don't want anything as a purchased version. So those don't want any means competitive brand in that purpose. But our country, our government, our education system always supporting the open source version. Always. And AICTE site also, if you go for the AICTE site, AICTE also in their website, they are promoting the Scilab because this is open source. So open source is better than this thing, I think.
Any questions?
Okay, thank you very much. No, not anymore. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable time and wonderful presentation. And so here we are concluding our session for today. That is the first session. And after that, the students will do lab session in the second half after lunch. So thank you everyone, and thank you students. So we are ending our session here, and also our YouTube streaming will be ended soon. So we will request all students to join again tomorrow for the similar session, and there will be different YouTube link for that. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I also like to thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir. Yes.
Rajesh sir,
yes.
Can you please provide your PPT for the students?
Yes. I will share it.
Okay, so you please mail us.
Mail to Dr.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sharing this. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Most welcome. So we are concluding our session today, right, sir?
Yes.
Tilak, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So ending.